There we go. Fabulous, fabulous. So thank you for joining me today. I'm going to pin myself to the screen and go here. But today, this is our second webinar in the second series, and we're continuing with the theme of fuel for success. Now, in the last set, we did fuel for success with food. We will be doing a part two to that. But something we can't avoid is exercise. And I thought it was so appropriate because the Olympics are on. How's that? And so I hope everyone is watching the Olympics and getting inspired to get off the sofa and do some more exercise, which is great. Because you know what? Exercise is incredible. Not only does it help people lose weight, but it also lowers the risk of the diseases of civilization. That is cancer, heart disease, diabetes, and mental health issues. And exercising regularly can lower the risk of those. But again, it can also help you just with this all over well being. And the other flip side of it is it can actually be anti-aging, which is exactly what we want as well. We all want to age gracefully. So really today, what I'm going to be speaking about is, the health benefits, and whoops, let's take a look here. The health benefits that we have of it. We're going to do some goal setting around it as well. We're going to be talking about the physical and mental health benefits of exercise. We're going to do a little bit of a vision board and action planning. So we're going to pull in a little bit of what we did last week into this week to build and have that beautiful compound effect. Because exercise just has too many benefits to ignore, both curative and preventative. So it's a double whammy here. And no matter how much exercise you do, which is great, even if it falls below the suggested amount, it's still likely to produce some of those benefits. So it's like a win-win-win situation. Now, for those of you who know, and I'm going to get my tick list here. I work on a tick list on a daily basis, only because I'm so busy that if I didn't have a tick list for self-care stuff, I wouldn't do it. And on here, my exercise is my AM Pilates class, which is every Tuesday and Thursday. Those are non-negotiables now. I want some of these to be non-negotiables for you. I also have my beach walk, which is twice a week. I try to do those more. I have my desk posture, and I have my gym 3 times a week. But I also have rebounding for 10 minutes. And I try to do 10 minutes a day, and it's so easy. Now, for those of you who know my friend Sarah Hamilton Gill, Sarah and I work a lot on multitasking. And actually, when we have our meetings, we rebound during our meetings. And that's how we multitask. And I think things like that are great. And sometimes if the other person can do it at the same time, it is just fantastic and all the better for it as well. So let's take a look here at, I want to go through some benefits actually of the physical health benefits of exercise. We're going to take a look at the mental health benefits of it as well, but let's start with the physical health. So I've written a few out here for you. But again, as I said, they're both curative and preventative. So you need to really bear that in mind. And I love this one. The first one is improving your memory and brain function. That research, because don't forget, and this is a really important point for my wellness ambassadors, when we're talking about healthy things, I want you to use evidence-based research. I want you to use the science. And so each one of these are linked with scientific studies. Now, the science studies that you can improve your memory and your brain function in all age groups. And I'm going to speak a little bit more about this later as well. So it's really important to get moving, right? The second one is protecting against chronic disease. Now, I'm going to look here at diabetes, because diabetes is this exploding epidemic. Honestly, you think COVID's bad? You should take a look at what's happening with diabetes at the moment. It is crazy. Did you know that exercise can actually improve and control your glucose, the blood glucose? It can actually reduce those cardiovascular risks, and it can help with the weight loss around that as well. So again, you need to be looking at that. Yes, we know general well-being is there, but if you can prevent or delay, even flipping delay, type 2 diabetes from developing, you're winning. And all you need to do is a little bit of exercise. Okay, so it aids in weight management. Yeah, well, we know that. And, you know, the CDC, for those of you who don't know, because I refer to the CDC a lot, the CDC is the Center for Disease Control and Prevention. Go onto their website. They have loads of research, oodles of research and articles that you can take a look at. So there's some really good quotes that you can do from the CDC, Center for Disease Control and Prevention. And they actually say there's some really good evidence that exercise can maintain your weight over time. Although it might take more than the recommended amount that some people say. And it's really important to say that, because you can't really say, oh yeah, do you know what? If you rebound every day for 10 minutes, you're actually going to lose a stone at the end of the month. That's a claim. We can't be saying stuff like that, because what might work for me or what might work for other people who are wellness ambassadors aren't going to work for someone else. So be really careful around that. But in general, okay, losing weight and keeping it off does require regular exercise alongside a healthy diet as well. But it really does make that improvement. So let's take a look at how it lowers blood pressure and improves heart health. And regular exercise, as we know, there's so much science behind this, it's really good for a healthy heart. And that includes improving your cholesterol levels, lowering that blood pressure, reducing the risk of heart attacks and heart disease, and of course, reducing the risk of stroke. Now, for those of you who know, my mom, she's 87 now. She's had 2 strokes. Bless her. Made lots of changes over the times, but when she had her first one, her lifestyle didn't really reflect that it does now. And of course, there was a lot of damage that was done, and exercise was one of the things that she didn't do. And it's something that we implemented so much all the time. And now she moves every single day and makes sure that she does her exercises. Or she has her daughter to answer to, which is never a good thing. So, you know, again, that is really important. Not only did exercise help here in a curative aspect of the stroke, because again, her movement, her speech was affected, and the exercises we gave her meant that she made a full recovery within that time. But she had a smaller stroke a couple of months after that, only because some of the medication that she was on just wasn't clearing the arteries as much as possible. So again, once you find the issues, it's easy to help with. But her diet and exercise are amazing now. So exercise can also improve the quality of your sleep. Well, how great is that? I mean, so many people have major issues with their sleep, and it's something that I deal with all the time, trying to help with that. And you know, not only is it just great for your mind and body, but there are the aspects of how it can really help with that. when you're sleeping properly, not only are you tired from doing lots of exercise, but actually when you're working out and doing this kind of more than 20 minutes, it makes it more, effective for getting into the deeper sleep levels as well. So they also say that sleep helps, the feelings of anxiety and depression. And this is imperative. And taking a look at that and making sure that anxiety and depression is part of the reasons why you should be exercising, because, so many people aren't doing that at all. And it releases the right hormones into the system that can actually activate the body's own way of dealing with this imbalance in the system. Not only does it focus the brain in a different way, okay, exercise and releasing the right hormones, but when you have a single-minded activity like trampolining, what's fascinating is the brain moves, okay? And I may have talked about this before, vestibular activity. The vestibular, this is your occipital bone right at the back of the head. Your vestibular sits behind that, and the vestibular loves movement. Now, what's really great is, do you know what we do with children, right? We move them and cradle them, and what do? They fall asleep. How great is that? It's because of that vestibular movement. Not that I want you swinging yourself to sleep or cradling yourself to sleep, but it is comforting. And so doing those movements like swinging when you're anxious or depressed moves that vestibular. There's a lot of research on this, and I've done the research myself. One of my dissertations was actually on vestibular activity and how it improves this itself. So it really is something I want you to look at. Now let's take a look at combating cancer-related fatigue. So when you're suffering from cancer, obviously your energy takes a bit of a dip. And physical activity can raise that a lot as well. So it's really important to get, simple exercise. And sometimes it can be as simple as stretching. It can be Pilates. It can be, going for a walk and all of that kind of stuff, which is really, really important for, again, this next one, improving that joint pain, stiffness, and bone health that could actually be related to cancer and illness. And again, the muscle strength and the balance in there as well. The body is obviously just a piece of biochemistry, so we need to have everything related. And exercise is part of that. We were meant to move. Human beings were meant to move. And so I love this Wordle because it does kind of encompass everything around increasing that lifespan that we actually want as well. So those are the physical benefits. And obviously they copycat some mental benefits as well. But there are some extra benefits that I will mention. Now, if you take a look at the bottom half of this slide, again, I have things that I mentioned in the previous slide, but let's take a look at the phrase, exercise makes you more resilient. Absolutely true. We can build the muscles. We can do other types of work around that. And I think that it is imperative to help with that alone as well. You get this kind of runner's high. Yeah, really, like a runner's high. It like pumps adrenaline into your system. And this, again, is just so important for that as well. Exercise, as we know, helps with depression, and we talked about that a lot. And that's because It's linked to reducing stress, but it also improves your self-esteem at the same time. So when you improve your sleep, as I talked about on the other side, you improve your sleep, it automatically alleviates depression to a certain extent as well. And those are effective treatments on its own for mental health issues. So, there's a lot of Harvard University research on this. And the research says you need at least 35 minutes a day. And that's a lot for some people, okay? But 35 minutes a day of physical activity to protect against new episodes of depression. That research was done on people who were already depressed, all right? So yes, they got a little bit of alleviation, but they also had protection against new episodes of depression. As I said, this is curative and preventative. So I really think that it is hugely, hugely beneficial. You'll get a confidence boost. How great is that for your mental health? Exercise is believed to have one of the biggest impact on your self-esteem. And with this sense of achievement, of finishing a session that improves your fitness, improves your weight loss, improves your body image, all of these add up to an increased sense of self-worth. How great is that? It is all around moving. Now, aging gracefully, as I talked about as a physical one, it is also around dementia and Alzheimer's. And again, this is something that is coming to the forefront. And people over the age of 50 years old need to be exercising to improve aspects of their cognition and that processing speed as well that we have in the brain. And it is something that we always look at. And there's a great study here that I'm looking at from 2016, and it's a review of the evidence indicating that physical activity and cognitive activity, such as learning a new skill, it can be all that, alongside a Mediterranean diet, actually promoted brain health in older adults. Those are really, really great links. And so you can take a look at that. That was another CDC study. So again, link it to that. So kind of like there you have it, right? If you feel unmotivated to work out, don't you find this absolutely motivating? Because I actually find just even looking at the benefits alone, I feel better around actually doing more physical activity. So what kinds of activities are there? Oh my God, there is so many. It's unbelievable. You only need to watch the Olympics, right? And there's oodles of new stuff all the time. So I'm going to pop some into our group because I've written lists. I mean, I just found so many. It was incredible. There's, general exercises, there's moderate intensity, there's water exercises, there's outdoor activities. Oh my God, what other ones do I have here? There's absolutely so many of them. It's crazy. Look at them all here. Boom, boom, boom. I'll read a few. Brisk walking, that's one. You can do just low impact aerobic dancing. You can do jogging on a small trampoline. You can use a trampoline. You can weight lift. You can bodybuild. You can do workouts on gyms. You can walk up a hill. You can jog. You can run. You can do push-ups, sit-ups, jumping jacks. You can do aerobic dancing. You can do jumping rope. You can do a stair climber. You can do a ski machine. You can do a stationary bicycle. You can do a real bicycle. Oh my goodness, the list just goes on. It's so exciting. You can do a treadmill. You can do water aerobics, kayaking, canoeing in the water. You can do whitewater rafting. Oh my gosh, I get so excited watching all this. Again, paddle boarding, everything. This list I've written here, I'm going to put in the group because it's going to be part of your homework. I'm going to give you a task. Got some great outdoor activities here. Fishing. You know what? I used to go fishing, and I went fishing in Japan. I actually quite like fishing. I can't remember the last time I went fishing, but if it's good exercise, we should do something. Downhill skiing. Haven't done that for ages. Shoveling snow. Not like we're going to get much. You might get a little bit more up in the north than we do get down here. But there we go. Hiking with a backpack. Absolutely love that. Again, I'm going to throw these into the group, and once we get to the task center section of this, again, we will see how you can actually add these kinds of exercise to your daily regime to keep you motivated, because that is just a massive, massive part of this as well. We also have some great activities to do in the office. As I said, I'm going to put these in the group, but if you're sitting all day, I mean, you really do need to get up. And that can be commuting and using extra walking time, parking blocks away, using stairs instead of an elevator. You know, I even go to a few floors up if you want to, or, you know, before you go down. You can suggest holding meetings like I do with Sarah. Walking meetings. We do the trampoline meetings. Ask her about it. If you know her, she'll laugh. It's hilarious. Maybe she doesn't want you to know. But, you know, she'd be really cool with that. You know, you want to go the extra distance. And I often use this because this is going to be really relevant for you putting it into companies. Now, one of the things that I did at Sky was we moved the water fountains. We moved the water fountains to another area. So when they had to fill up their water bottle, they had to walk to do that. The other thing we did, because it was over 6 floors, is that on each floor in the vending machine, we would put different stuff. Drinks were in one vending machine on one floor. On another floor, there were hot drinks. On another floor, there were snacks. On another floor, there was blah. And then, okay, it was all different. And everyone had a list of where everything was. And so they would be like, if they were on the first floor. And they'd be like, okay, I wonder what's on the 6th floor. Hey, they've got snacks and fresh juices up there. I'm going to go up there for my break. I'm going to take the stairs. I'm going to do it. And it's simple stuff like that, but it got people moving, got them away from their desk. And what happened? Everything started to improve. We also had messaging along corridors and in toilets for toilet breaks. Get moving. you know, all these kinds of things. So again, something I want you to implement with the companies that you are also working with, not only for your own health and wellness. Okay? Now, let's take a look at creating some goals around this. Goals around exercise. I really want this in everything that you do. And creating this fitness goals not only gives you some extra direction and motivation, but it's going to set you up for success. And that is, as you know, what I want for you. And it is especially true if you can improve your own health and wellness. And I really feel setting some specific goals around this is great. But you know, your workout goals need to inspire you to take action. That's why I wrote the big long lists. Yeah, because I want you to take any kind of action that gets you started along your goal setting to get it going. And you know, working out is great, right? Absolutely great for you. But as with any goal, you know, it's just absolutely important that you track that progress along the way. You might need to be flexible. You know, there's weather, there's so many different types of things that can come in and kind of, you know, push exercise to the side. But it could be an injury. But if you encounter any type of fitness setback, then you need to challenge it a little bit more. So there's a variety of ways here that you can kind of, you know, keep that action varied. And, you know, if you're getting bored with walking, then try swimming. If you're getting bored with swimming, then try an aerobics class. But whatever it is, I want you to be specific. I want you to measure it. I want it to be attainable and flip and take action in it as well. They have got to be realistic goals and they got to be time bound. And, however you do that, whether you vary the exercise or the activity or you vary the place that it goes in, a different route to walk, anything to keep you motivated is it. And having several options and picking one that suits your mood or your schedule of the day. And that's the same with food. And I've told you this before. Have a plan B option. Because you know what? If you plan paella and you don't feel like cooking paella, you better have another healthy option up your sleeve. And that's the same with exercise. That's why I've got the trampoline. If it's raining and I can't go to the beach, I go on the trampoline. Have your plan B. It has got to be attainable. It's got to be actionable, and you got to be doing it every single day. Okay? Exercise at different times. Sometimes I do it in the morning. Sometimes I do it during the day. Sometimes I do it at the end of the day. Do you know what? When the weather's nice, I love to get out of the house and go for a little walk. I don't have a dog, but if I had a dog, I'd love that even more. My ex-parents-in-law, they got a dog just to get some exercise. It was the best thing that ever they did. It really was. It was amazing, amazing. And finally, in this kind of section of goals, add it to your schedule, right? Where's my, you guys all know my diary. Here it is, yeah? And what have I got in blue? My blue, can you see my little blue lines there? That's my exercise. We have swim and gym. We've got Pilates. Got another swim and gym tomorrow morning because I try to alternate my Pilates on a Tuesday and Thursday, and then in the other days I'll do the swim and gym. Then I got a swim and gym in the evening. And I was just thinking today, after speaking to another client who took a yin yoga class, I was like, oh yeah, do you know what? I could do a yin yoga and just chill out on a Friday or Saturday morning. So I'm going to look online at the Yoga Lounge for a yin yoga. So something else, get your little marker pens out. Mine is blue for exercise. Whenever I glance over to there, I know I got to be exercising. So hopefully that's been a little pep talk and a little inspiring for you to get that going. So next, we want to supercharge the goals with creating the vision board. I'm going to grab my vision board of how we can do that. And again, these vision boards, here we go. That one's a bit better. Wouldn't we all love legs like that? I strive for it. But it's all around creating that vision. So I have my life, my style, simply radiant, get a middle like this. We all love a little, doing that. Healthy mind, healthy body, healthy family, healthy society is what is on my vision board. Focus on, whoops, can you see that? Focus on fit. Those are good. Love your looks as well. Oops, I wonder if you can see that. There we go. Love your looks. Love exercise. Enjoy being active. A little thing there. Love your looks. Be lean, be fit, be healthy. This is all around inspiring me to move because I'm lazy like everyone else. That's why it's in my diary. That's why I create the vision boards, because I want an exceptional life for you. And the same way I want an exceptional life for myself. And humans are lazy. End of. So you got to get that vision up and going to get yourself motivated. And really, the vision board is just simply a goal list, is what it is, right? With imagery instead of writing it down. But it helps us to envisage that goal, your journey, and the steps that you need to take to achieve it. And you got to put it in your schedule. Some people are more inspired by visual goals. Some people are inspired by tick lists. Some people are inspired by putting it in their diary. Whatever inspires you, do it. And, it is about creating that. And if it's finding old pictures of yourself and putting it on there and say, wow, I loved how I looked 10 years ago, I'm gonna go to that. Maybe it's pictures of healthy food that's on your vision board, fitness stickers, you name it, motivational quotes. I use marker pens, as you've seen in here, you know, highlighters, magazine clippings, you know. Oh, do you know what? I'm going to tell you a funny story. When I was getting my nails done the other day, they had a magazine, and they're just starting to put magazines back in places, I guess, because of COVID. And I'm terrible because I'll see something in the magazine and go, can I take that? And I take it. And obviously they're like clippings for my future vision board. And I've got them just over there. So yeah, it's always quite funny. But you can do the same, you know. Maybe you want to put some outfits. Something that I work with clients is, you know, we all have something in our wardrobe that might be a little bit too tight, and get it out. Put it in the front of your wardrobe. Look at it and set a date to go out for dinner in that outfit so you feel fantastic. You know, just anything that inspires you. You might want to have a focus word. I love focus words. And so, you know, as you can see, my focus, mine are mainly words when you look at it. Yeah, you know, your best year ever, a well-defined woman. To me, a well-defined woman, you know, is that mental and physical fitness. And you can, you know, do that for everyone. This is so easy, yet so effective. Honestly, it is super effective. Because it gives you the discipline. And as we all know, discipline is where it's at. Because it just helps. It inspires. And so when you take a look at what else is part of that discipline and those focus words, it could be, and again, I wrote a whole bunch of them down. These are all the focus words here. I'll put them in the group. They could be energy, self-control, determination, transform, balance, committed, commitment, consistency, dedication, grow, finish. That's a good one, finish. Focus, habit, freedom, heal, confidence, journey, fearless, overcome, persevere, progress, reclaim. How many people need to reclaim their health? I love that. Self-care, strength, unstoppable. You know, I create these on the days and use them on the days that I feel like giving up, because a lot of my clients and a lot of people that I work with feel like giving up a lot of the time because they are in overwhelm. They're busy, they can't fit it in, and you need to remember why you're doing this. What's your why? And put the why on your vision board or in your goals. Yeah, so when you're discouraged, I have this, as you know, all of these are in reach on my desk. So I have these things at my fingertips because everybody goes through the wave. It is a natural biorhythm to have a mood that goes up and a mood that goes down. And it's the choices that we make that can artificially send us up and send us down sometimes. And when you're down, you need a toolbox. And you need to get in that toolbox. Exercise is one of them to get you back up. Okay? And that's what it's all about. And when you're working with clients, you need to create their toolbox with them and make sure they use it so you can remind them to actually use it as well. And that is super important. Okay, so we have a little summary and recap. So we know everything about exercise. We've got the benefits. We have the physical benefits, which we understand. We have the cognitive benefits of exercise that we know. You only need to look at all the wordles throughout this as well, that you can get full mind and body transformation, as it says here, just through exercise. It's really incredible. But it's often something that is missed or pushed to the side, or I don't have time, or actually, I'm eating healthy, I don't need to exercise, and vice versa. you know, I'm exercising, I don't need to eat healthily. Everything is so interlinked. So if you want to create and fuel for success, you need to take a look at absolutely everything around fueling for success. And so my task for you is, not only am I going to put this recording into the group, I'm going to put some of the vision board words that are in there as well. And I'll do them in separate posts. Just a copy and paste job, really. So you have them and you can go back and you can make your own. Because this is around feeling 10 out of 10 every day. And it's about when you have a busy day, like what I have, not to get flustered in between. Sometimes it's great to be able to have a break in between, but sometimes life doesn't give you a break. And so you need to have that resilience, the adaptability, the focus, the energy, the drive, the motivation to get you through the days when you don't have a break. And to still feel fantastic at the end of it and not to have the detrimental effects. And that, to me, is what exercise does. It just supercharges everything else you're doing. You know, when I'm busy, or when I need to raise my energy to do more webinars, I've got another one after this from 8 until 9. And, you know, I'm going to get on the trampoline for 5 minutes after this in between. Make sure I go to the toilet first, though. and then get on the trampoline and get ready for the next one, because it boosts your energy. It gets that oxygen around your body where you actually need to be, and go from there. So I want to thank everyone, as always, because I love supporting your journey in your own wellness, being a wellness ambassador, but your own personal health and wellness journey alongside that of the clients that you are also teaching. And for me, that is what is super, super important. So I will, thank you so much for this evening. And I will stop sharing. And yeah, great to join me again. Next week, we're going to have another one. I hope you enjoy the rest of the Olympics, because if there's anything that's inspiring you right now, it should be watching a little bit of the Olympics. Boy, oh boy, there's lots of stuff happening from a physical and mental point of view there as well, isn't there? And so you can go from there. So your task, what new exercise are you going to do? Get it on your vision board. I'm going to throw them into the group now, alongside the recording. And I really want you to aim to do something every day. And then I want you to get it in your diary with whatever color marker you have and go from there. Because this could be your missing link. You don't know that. It's all just a piece of a puzzle. And let's get all the puzzle pieces together and start putting them down. So I want to thank everyone so much. And I will see you next week and see you over in the group.
Okay, thank you, Barbara. Thank you.
Bye. Bye.
Bye, Beth.
Thank you.